Hey everybody, welcome to another Max 9 tutorial number 25, Multi-Track Looper Part 3. And in this tutorial, if we can possibly get some peace and quiet, though we do enjoy looking at our beautiful looper here. Okay, take it easy there. Alright. In the last tutorial, we made fantastic progress on our looper, and we have it all lined up like this with color coordinated tracks and everything arranged very nicely. But I know that you could arrange it even more nicely. However, this being the third video for the looper is all about being fancy. And so I wanted to remind myself, what did we want to add? So go ahead, John, what did we want to add?
First, I'd like to be able to control everything with just some keys. Can we do that?
Yes, we can do that. Glad you asked. Okay, let's get this thing open and employ a little bit of key control. Now, I'm just unlocking it, and then we're going to need a little bit of space. Oh, heck, why not here? We are going to put in here a very special kind of key control. I'm going to unlock my patcher here. I'm going to write a new object, and I'm going to type key. And then what we're going to learn about key here is, well, we could just go grab one right out of the help file. Should we do that? It's our normal MO, but yeah, why not? Why waste time even thinking about it? It's just not worth it. Unlock your patcher, grab this thing, and grab these. We'll delete them in a second, okay? Copy them, close them. Do not save if the option is given to you. Whoops. I meant to delete that, not just to delete the word. And now we paste our key file in there. Okay, so as you can see, well, as you can't see, what we're after here really is to find out which one of these can tell when the caps lock is on. And so I'm just going to push caps lock. And any key. Okay, so this over here, 1024, is the modifier key that tells me, oops, I didn't lock my patcher, so you can tell I typed the letter A because we got a attribute. Is it locked now? I think so. Okay, so we're going to make the number 1024 trigger a gate that allows the rest of these numbers, whatever they might be, to then flow into the machine and trigger something that that controls stuff that's here. Okay? Does that make any sense to anybody? I hope so. All right. So if we want to recognize this, we say our object is the select object. Oops, still have the caps lock on. Select 1024. Okay, and that will mean that when it selects it, it will bang this, and hopefully that will open the gate. And if it's anything but that, it's going to close the gate. So we're going to put a message here to open the gate, which is a 1. And we have to be careful over here because a bunch of numbers are going to come through here, and we don't want them to do anything. We want them to definitely trigger something. So instead of using a message, we're going to use the trigger object. So type to N to get a new object, T for trigger. You can type trigger all the way out, but why bother, because it's just a T. And then what it's going to do is send out a 0, not a capital O, but a 0, and it will shut whatever gate it is. Okay. Tell you what we're going to do really quickly here. We're going to take this whole thing here and make a subpatcher out of it, because there just isn't enough room for this. So I'm going to grab all these things and just very carefully, those little labels, right? And I'm going to say encapsulate, which is Shift Command E, and it encapsulates. And we're going to call this one, well, what are you going to call yours? I'm going to call mine J Key Control. Okay, and then I'm going to lock my patcher and work inside that, because this working outside of it, see, there's my J key control, and here it is here too. So now that we have a little bit of space here in which to work, we're paying attention to this. When our keyboard is in caps lock, we're going to get that 1024. It's going to hit this 1, and then that will open a gate. So let's type N, get a gate in there, and just type 1 outlet, and no initial state at all, because we want it really to be closed. So the 1 and the 0 are both going to go to the sort of valve side of gate, which is the left inlet. And then whatever we want to go through it is going to go through this other side. Now, here's the tricky part. If we have the caps lock down, it doesn't really matter whether we use this one or this one, because we're going to recognize what the numbers are and we're going to record them. But because we know max usually goes from right to left, in other words, it goes bang, it sends out something here, something here, something here, and something here. We don't want the 110 or whatever is coming out here to come out before the gate opens. So we want this number to be able to open the gate, and then we want to use another number to go through the gate. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and it is going to come through the gate. We're going to see what it is down here. I'm going to just type I for a message, for a number, and then we shall see what it is. So it would also be useful to think of the things that we want commands for. So here we go. I'm going to type a C here, and with the caps lock on, I'm going to write commands, and then I'm going to go underneath it. We want to be able to record. I'm just going to make this stuff up. I'm going to say tilde. The key tilde is going to be record. Okay. Record. Then the key 1 will be track 1. I'm just going to write T1, 2, T2, 3, T3, 4, T4. What else do we need to control here? We want to so that switches this gate to be able to record there. So you'll hit 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then tilde, and you'll be able to record. What about turning the tracks on and off? I'm going to say, why don't we use the next row down to control the 4 tracks, Q, W, E, and R. So Q is going to be play 1. W is going to be play 2. E is going to be play 3. And I know you're thinking to yourself, why is he just being so careful? R is going to be play 4. Okay, and let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, loop. Let's say the next one down, Z, X, C, and V. Z is going to be loop 1. Whoops, spelled loop wrong somehow. X is going to be loop 2. C is going to be loop 3. V is going to be loop 4. And how about spacebar? Spacebar just stops them all. We're going to call that like the... yeah, spacebar stops everything. That's okay. We can always... And then we need one for sync. And what could that be that's convenient? Sync. How about we just use the equals sign? Because why not? Equals is sync. And I'm just going to have it toggle these things. I'm not going to get too fancy. Okay. So, and the reason that I wrote them all down here is because then we can take this and stick it on the outside for instructions for anyone trying to play this poor thing. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is capture all of these numbers in here. So we know when caps lock is on, just as an example, and we hit tilde, it's going to be 96. Okay? So we know that in our select item, and I'm going to come down here and write and select, sorry, got the caps lock on. That's not working. You got to take the caps lock back off. Select, the first one's going to be 96. And then I'm going to hit a space, and then we're going to hit the caps lock again. And what is 1? 1 is going to be, oh, I'm typing in here. If you're ever typing in an object, this thing doesn't watch it. Okay, so here we go. 1 is 49. So we go back in here. Could this possibly be more difficult? There is a shortcut for doing this, and I'm trying to remember what it is. But by the time I figure out what it is, you write prepend append on something, and then you send it into a message. Something like that. But I just don't have time for it. So 2 was 49. What's 3? 51. And 4. 52. Q. Do you think we can remember them all in a row? We'll try it. Q, 81. W, 87. I can only do 2. 81 and 87. And then we have E and R. 69. Whoops, I didn't lock my patcher. Have I ever locked my patcher? I guess I haven't. Huh. Well, I guess we'll just put up with the extra objects throwing up. E is 69 and... Okay, I have to lock my patcher now. because the E and the R are not letting me do it. E is 69 and R is 82. Unlocking my patcher. 69 and 82. And what do I have then? Oh, I never did ASD or F. Well, maybe we'll save them for something special that I've already forgotten. Okay, so then the next we got down to R, and now we're going to go for Z, X, C, and V. Okay, Z, whoops, Z is for zoom. Ay, lock your patcher. Z, come on. Oh, I don't have caps lock on. There's Z. Z is 90. X is 88. I won't be able to do it. 90, 88, 67. And locking our patcher again. 90, 88, 90, 88, 67, 86, and spacebar is 32. 86 and 32. No! And what else we got? Equals. Click out here. Equals is 61. So, whoops, there we go. Now we have all these, oh, it's kind of nice when they're all near their own little outlets. Is that 61 right there? Yes. But these won't be quite lined up, but close enough. So now we can send these out according to what they do. So the record, what do we need to send out to record? We need to send, we're going to bang it, and it's going to be, what we need down here is an outlet. So I'm going to type N, and I'm going to type outlet, and there it is. There's our number one outlet, and we put that down there. And we could get ahead of ourselves and just start populating this with them, but let's think about what we have to do for each one of these things. For turning on tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be a slightly different thing, which is we'll be sending it out an outlet, but it'll be 4 different numbers. So it'll be this one, this one, this one, or this one. And so we're going to make messages. Message 1, message 2, message 3, and message 4. I'm just typing M and then those. So this one will be banged by that one. And this one will be banged by that one. And this one will be banged by that one. And this one will be banged by that one. And now you can see the problem with having these two close together. There we go. And then all of these are going to go out the same outlet. So I'm going to use the Shift key and just go click, 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 click. And that's how we're going to send a number out of here to this right here, this channel, the track selector. Okay, and then what's next is we're going to play tracks 1 through 4, Q, W, E, R, Q, W, E, R. So here's Q, W, E, and R. And how are we going to do that? These things, they need to alternately be sent a 0 and a 1. So each one of these is going to need a toggle. I'm just typing a T, and this one gets connected to that. This one to that. This one to that. And this one to that. And since they all have to go to different places, we are going to option click on this and just drop one for each one of those. Okay, great. And what's next? Now we can make them all play. What about loop? All we have to do is connect to the looping part. That's easy enough. We don't even, all we need really is bangs to do that. So we just need 4 more of these boxes. Just option click. I selected them all. I'm just option clicking on them. So the next 4 are just straight out. And they will go bang on the loop toggles. And the this one is actually, this one says it's the, oh boy, we're in trouble. We're missing one number. This says it is number 61, which should be equal, which should be going out to the sync toggle, which would also just be one of these. So one of these numbers is wrong. So let's just run through them, lock our patcher here, and see which one it is. Here is tilde. Oops, I have to put the caps lock on. Here's tilde, 96. 1 is 49. 2 is 50. Oh, there it is. Well, that's nice. Okay. Don't know how we lost that one. And we'll just check the rest of them too. I'm gonna, whenever you change these, they shrink back to the size they were. Okay. Let's lock our patcher again and continue. Here's tilde. Oops, forgot to hit the caps lock again. Here's tilde. 96. 1, 49. 2 is 50. 51. 52. Q is 81. Oh, nice. Look, see, it's working now too. There they go. We know they're right. We don't even have to check them. And then the Z is going to be 90. Oops. Let me just unlock this for a second. So this, come on. There. So, yes, 90 should be the next one. Locking our patcher. 88, 67, 86. There's the space bar, 32. And here is the equal sign, 61. Okay, we got them all right now. So, as we get down to here, this should, unlocking my patcher, this one should be 32 now. Great, this one goes down to the space bar. This says stop everything. And to stop everything, that means we're going to send it a message of a message of 0 to the LEDs. We have to be careful about this one. Because remember, if you send a 0 to the groove, it just starts at 0. So we don't want to do that. And finally, the sync will just be a bang. So we'll make one more of these. And there it is. And the nice thing is that we can keep this open as a reference point, and then we can just look at our little control thingamajig over here. I'm going to move this over here. Although it is a distant, I'm going to juggle these around a little bit. And, well, as much as we can, we'll juggle them around. So, here's our key control over here. We have to unlock this patcher and spread this one out. And I guess we'll just put it up here. There's no real savings in not doing it. So, the first one goes to the record. That's this. The second outlet just goes to this number box. Remember, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have the 4 that go to the play to the LEDs, right? Yes, these 4 go to the LEDs that are along here. So this one should go to the first one here. Good. Make sure it says LED if you have things that are overlapping each other. And this one goes to this LED. And I guess I have to move this over to get to these other LEDs. This one goes to this LED. And this one to this LED. Great. What else we got? So those are the ones that are going to be played. Then we've got the loops are the next 4. Okay. Here's the loop toggle right here. I can't tell if I got it. Let me just see here. Yes, got it. Okay. And this one goes to the next one. Whoops. This one goes to the third one. And this one goes, there it is, right there. And now, so that was these 4. Then we have a 0 to send to all the LEDs. But strangely, we don't have to do that with an outlet here, because we can actually, we already hooked all these to the LEDs. So I'm going to do something not crazy at all, which is I'm going to hook this to one of the LEDs here, and this to another. I'm going to hold my shift key down, and there we go. Now when this thing bangs, it'll send it right to the LEDs. Although actually it could also send it to these X's. Oh, I should have thought of that. And then everything's going to turn off because we want it to do that. There we go. And so that's the space bar, and then this is the sync, and this just, the only thing this does is turn that synchronizer on, and that. So this one's, we're going to erase it so there's no confusion, delete it. And now this, there's only one left, and there's only this outlet left here. In select, there's an extra outlet because that's everything that doesn't match, right? So we expect there to be an extra one. But in this case, there's 11 outlets here, and there's 11 outlets here. And this one comes down to the sync, and this is the sync. So believe it or not, I think we've got it all. And now we can just take this and copy it, Command copy, and we can just put this whole thing away because we think it's working. And we'll put this back in presentation mode and paste our little thingamajig here. But the well, we could look at this two different ways. I'm going to say, first of all, the text is to, where's our inspector? We'll make the font very, very small for this, or smaller. Let's say smaller. That is much better. People can still read it, right? And it's just exact. And then the thing, it should say caps lock though. You know what I mean? Caps lock commands, and there they are, right in there. And I was going to make this thing a tiny bit smaller. I guess I will anyway, just because it'll be spaced a little bit better. And I guess this can come over here. So let's see how we're doing then. We're going to turn on our caps lock, and I'm going to say channel 1. Oh, it went to channel 1. I'm going to say record. Well, are you happy? Are you happy? And now I'm going to try to figure out how to play. Is that Z? No, Z is for loop. Q. Well, if I didn't have it set to go backwards, that would be helpful.
Happy? Well, are you happy?
I am happy. Thank you. And we could say record, excuse me, 2, record. This is 2. I'm recording on 2 now. Do you like it? Oops, it's backwards. Oh no, it's backwards. Let's see what it has to say when I hit a W.
Oops, it's backwards. Oh no, it's backward.
Well, and could I turn that on loop? Yes, I can, and then I could play it again.
Oops, it's backwards. Oh no, it's backward. Oops, it's backwards.
Now I'm going to play it backwards. It's backwards, playing backwards. Hey, great. So now we can control things a lot quicker now, as you can see. So including the space bar. Wow. People, we have done that part of it. What other fancy, crazy stuff did we want? I will tell you that the one thing that did I erase everything? Wait, what does this one say?
I'd also like
to be able to load a different file onto my
Oh, right. We wanted to get a different file, and what did...
What about a preset that sets all the...
Yeah, that's going to be too much. I don't want to do that. But I would like to be able to load an extra file onto at least one of these things. So let's give ourselves a little bit of space here and unlock our patcher. Not unlock, take it out of presentation mode, also unlock it. And let's get ourselves a U menu. And okay, so here's our U menu, and what we're going to want to do with it is we want to have a selection of audio in it. And we can, we don't have our sidebars out, but you can get the audio, you can get individual audio files out here, but there's a sort of a difficulty with it. So I want to show you this little thing, which is you go get the file browser. And you can either come up here to File and say Show the File Browser, or you can just say Command B. And there it is. And the nice thing about this is it has all these different ways. Here's only audio files, only this, only that. But down here in Cycling 74 content, you can come down here to Media Files, and then you can come over here to Audio Files. And here is a kind of nice set of audio files that they use in all their examples. So this list is kind of long. You might not need the whole thing, but if you click on one that, let's say you want, the Jongli we have used before, it's a drum solo. So if you just click on Jongli here and then control click on it, you can see that you can, yes, copy the file path. And now we've copied the file path. So let's just suppose that we don't need this anymore. We're going to put this away. Now we can do two things. With the U menu, we can click on it, come over here to the inspector and say, where is it? The prefix or folder, and you can choose it, but then we'd have to go find that thing. But the cool thing is that we see the word prefix here, and so in the back of our minds, we're kind of like, hey, that reminds me of something. And what it reminds you of is that we did a little prefix making ourselves back in a previous episode. So we're going to type message, and then we're going to type prefix, just like that said, then hit the space bar and then paste that file path in there, right? And then connect this to your U menu. I know, you're going to be like, whoa, that's crazy. You can't do that. Yes, we can do this. So lock our patcher, and let's just make sure it works. Bang. What do we got? Oh, I forgot something. Of course it didn't work. Sorry. We have to come back over here and tell it to auto-populate. Sorry, forgot about that. Auto-populate. Now come back over here, and now you're not going to believe it. So we're just going to leave this thing here just for a second and come up here to good old JR1, and we're going to lock our patcher. Hello, are we locking our patcher? There we go. Double click on that. Now, you remember that this told the, by being prepended by replace, tells this to replace what's inside the buffer. So what we're going to do is go skirt right around this and run it right into its own little replace here. So we're going to unlock this patcher, move our duplicate, option click on that, and run this right around to replace. And we're going to lock our patcher. We're going to close our patcher. So now you see that good old JR1 there has an extra inlet. Unlock this patcher. And now remember, this one sends out a number. This one sends out the name. And if this name is searchable in Max, it will load it. So we're putting a lot of faith in this, but here goes. Okay, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Just got to get rid of that. Okay, so now, and you know what, I'm going to do just one other quick thing here too. If you don't send this prefix in here when you load the patch, it won't be available. So now, as soon as this thing starts up, it's going to say prefix C74, blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, and one other thing. We want to put this in presentation mode. Scroll up to the top, get presentation mode. Oh boy, we are having some fun today. Okay. Lock in our patcher. Well, let's just test that it works. Wait, we locked it. Maybe we should, well, let's just go ahead and see. And we'll put Jongli in there because we know what it sounds like. And then I'm just going to hit caps lock on my thing and say play, which I think is Q. Hey, that is Jongli if I ever heard it. What about something else? Cello. Oh man, this is so cool. So now we can go ahead and put the whole thing in presentation mode, and we can say, oh, well, we're going to have to unlock it a little bit to get this stuff up there. Now, it's kind of funny. Look, we have 2 loops here and no loops over there. Oh, well. I'm just going to say that this could probably... just thinking. This can probably come up here as the little pulse track, right? Gonna move it up there with the arrows because okay. And this doesn't need to be there, really. Well, I guess they do. I'm gonna Command Z that. But we need just a little extra space here. Come on, for number 1. So there we go. You just stick that right in there. And put that over there. So now we've got, I'm going to say, whoops. That is exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. And then Command I, get rid of the inspector, get this thing back to the right size, wonk. We're going to save it, and let's see if it'll come back. And here we go, opening it back up again. Whoops. There it is. Hey! Everything's off, so we'll probably have lost most of our tracks already because they won't load by themselves. But we'll turn the audio on, and just for fun, let's see if we can have a little jongly there. And I'm just going to hit caps lock and hit a Q. Nice. I got to turn the volume up a little. And hit the loop. Oh, I could have hit Z. What was I thinking? And with that going on, I feel like really cool that I could just hit 2. Whoops. Sometimes you got to click out here. There we go. And say, record number 2. All right, all right, all right. 3. Thanks for watching my tutorial. Take it easy, people, and have fun. And now I can just go and whoop. Where is it? W. Get these volumes up there.
Thanks for watching my